Bowser's first plan failed. He wasn't able to get Peach to marry him. Big surprise, right? I know. So this time, Bowser kidnaps Peach to go on a vacation with him. He hires the Broodals again because he thinks this holiday will sway Peach into saying yes to his second proposal. And that right there is the story for Super Mario Odyssey 2. Man, I got quite excited there, didn't I? Yeah, this took quite some time to plan, but I have formulated some ideas in terms of a potential Super Mario Odyssey 2 game. Starting things off, I want to talk about some returning characters. First of all, we have Mario. It might help if he was in this game. We also have Luigi, which, why not have him as a playable character? Now, a bit of a hot take. He doesn't necessarily have to be playable throughout the main adventure. It might be a Super Mario Galaxy situation where he might be playable towards the end of the game or after you reach a certain point in the game. I know that it's not Super Mario Bros, but I mean, if he's already in Super Mario Odyssey, then why not? Why not have him in the second game, bring him back as a returning character, and we can actually play as him this time. I would love to see Waluigi in this game as well. I doubt I'm the only person who wants this to happen, but we will get back to him later in this video because he does play a bit of a role in this game. I also want to see the Lumens from Super Mario Galaxy. It was amazing to see them in 3D worlds, but for some reason they were absent in Super Mario Odyssey, which is very strange because you went to the moon in that game and the moon is, oh yeah, in space. I wonder where the Lumens are. I also want to see the Thwomps and the Womps. That will obviously be very contextual to Super Mario 64 and would be a nice throwback. And of course, I want to see Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. Again, we will be talking about why I want them in the game and where they will be in the game a little bit later in the video. Why not? I'll throw in Funky Kong as well. I see you Mario Kart Wii fans coming at me already. Yeah, sure. We'll have Funky Kong. You can't really go wrong with that, can you? Okay, so here comes the interesting part. I tried my absolute hardest to come up with several kingdoms for this game. However, I'm going to be totally real with you, a lot of these ideas were ripped from Mario Kart. Because I think we can all agree that a lot of Mario Kart tracks, especially in Mario Kart 8 and Deluxe, there are a ton of tracks that would be great Mario levels or even kingdoms in a potential Mario Odyssey 2. So why not just recycle them, turn them into concepts, levels, kingdoms and stuff like that. Let's talk about them in no particular order. Okay, starting off vanilla, I really want to see the Mushroom Kingdom return. Maybe we could even start in the Mushroom Kingdom. I think that would be very interesting. Obviously, the first fight in Mario Odyssey, okay, yeah, granted it was a cutscene that was literally in the Mushroom Kingdom, so why not start there, right? That is where Mario, Peach and everyone lives anyway. So the first brand new kingdom that I would like to see, I've called it Rocky Ruins Kingdom. This would be a Thwomp Ruins-esque kingdom, so it will kind of be in like a Breath of the Wildy, ruinsy area. I'm not articulating this well, but I think you get my drift with this. Mario Kart track. Anyway. Pixel Kingdom. This one is very interesting and I feel like this one would get quite a lot of mixed reception if this was the case. Let me just show you what I've got with this. So Pixel Kingdom, the entire kingdom will be in 8-bit form. You guys remember the 8-bit form from the first Mario Odyssey game? Imagine an entire kingdom based around that. I know not everyone will be happy to hear that or would want that. As a retro fan, a massive retro fan, I would love to see that personally. That would be very outside of the box and that would be a very unique kingdom. Quite possibly the most unique kingdom in the whole Odyssey series. It will be a series at that point. This one is a strange one. I've got Unknown Kingdom. I kind of got Smash 4 Final Destination vibes from this one. So it's just lots of different chunks of random parts of kingdoms, just random enemies, random atmosphere. It's a very hybrid kingdom, which is why it's called Unknown Kingdom. We don't really know where it is, it's just kind of thrown together. I feel like Nintendo would still find a good way to make it entertaining to play through though, of course. We've got Piranha Plant Kingdom, which will be Piranha Plant Pipeway-esque or Piranha Plant Slide if you're not British. I have Casino Kingdom, which would be Waluigi Pinball-esque. I feel like everyone would love this one and would automatically say it's the best kingdom. Next we have Maple Kingdom, which would be very Maple Treeway-esque. Pretty self-explanatory. I think that will be very nice in HD. And with Odyssey's graphics, yeah, I can so see that happening. We have Farm Kingdom. That sounds so weird out loud. Why does that sound like a phone game? Am I imagining things? Wait, let me look that up actually. I'm actually going to type in Farm Kingdom on my phone, on the App Store, because I'm not an Android user. No, it's not. I don't know why. It sounds like a mobile phone game. I don't know why. But anyway, yes, Farm Kingdom, which would be very Moo Moo Farm or Moo Moo Meadows-esque. So obviously it's just a big, massive farm that's essentially a kingdom. Just a ton of cows, a ton of farm animals and stuff like that. I can imagine they would make a ton of new enemies for this one, maybe farm based and stuff like that. I think that would be very interesting. If we have like a city kingdom, why not have a farm kingdom? That makes a lot of sense. We have Volcanic Kingdom, which is very Grumble Volcano-esque. I mean, we have Snow Kingdom in Odyssey 1, so why not do the total opposite and go full on volcanic? Now this one, if this were to happen, I think this would break the internet and the Nintendo fan base as a whole. I know that this is extremely unlikely to happen, but bear with me. Yoshi's Island. Just straight up Yoshi's Island. Why not? You just have a bunch of Yoshis running around. You have a bunch of Yoshi enemies to play around with and to defeat as well. For one level in the game, I personally think that would be really cool. Like if we were able to visit Mushroom Kingdom in the first game, then why not allow us to be able to go to Yoshi's Island? Yoshi is still a very important part of the Mario universe. And on top of that, if you give Yoshi even more abilities, maybe the egg throwing and stuff like that, this has the potential to be the kingdom of the game, if you know what I'm saying. Next up we have Art Kingdom. I can imagine you can make stuff, maybe you can capture a paintbrush, and maybe a lot of the challenges involve you drawing things and making things. I feel like that would be extremely interesting. I've seen a couple of Mario ROM hacks where levels are based around that, so why not have a level dedicated to that? And also we have Paint Mario, but we don't have an art based level. Come on Nintendo. We have Jungle Kingdom. I can imagine this is very Donkey Kong inspired, hence why I said earlier Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. Maybe they might hop in there, make an appearance and stuff like that. I wouldn't go as far as to say that we need Donkey Kong enemies and stuff like that. I mean, if they do, cool. I don't feel like they have to though. Maybe they can come up with brand new enemies, maybe more wild enemies, maybe based off of like lions, tigers and other wild animals like that. Has a lot of potential. Okay, this is probably one of my laziest ones because I didn't even change the name of this one. Sweet Sweet Kingdom. Straight from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like, it's literally in the name. Like, have an entire kingdom. Okay, yeah, I know Wreck-It Ralph, stuff like that, but come on Nintendo, you can make it different to that. It would just make a lot of sense for it to be in Mario Odyssey, right? It was already themed well in Mario Kart, and it would be an interesting location to visit in a 3D Mario platformer, right? Makes a lot of sense. Do you know what else makes a lot of sense? Hitting that sweet subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you love Mario, you would absolutely love this channel. Much appreciated, thank you. Next up we have Melody Kingdom, which would be very music based, maybe Melody Motorway inspired. Oh sorry, Music Park, I'm not American, sorry. I feel like that would be very interesting. Obviously Mario running across piano keys and stuff like that, maybe hopping inside a piano, maybe that's where the boss is. Maybe you fight like a massive angry music note or something like that. We will get to bosses later on, stick around, but again, has a lot of potential. Next up we have Cosmic Kingdom, very Rainbow Road inspired. Would be very cool if we had like a Rainbow Road themed level. At that point it's not Rainbow Road, it's just Rainbow I guess, but Essentially, if it was based something around Rainbow Road, maybe even the satellite theme that it had in Mario Kart 8, that would be super cool in my opinion. Next up, kind of boring sounding, Sky Kingdom. To me, this is where the final boss would be. We will, like I said, we will get onto bosses in a little while. And then for after game content, as we got Mushroom Kingdom at the end of Super Mario Odyssey, why not have Isle Delfino at the end of Mario Odyssey 2? Time for the bosses. So for Rocky Ruins Kingdom, we have a boss Broder sort of boss. Obviously he was like that lava rocky boss in 3D World. I feel like he was pretty interesting. They could even use him and recycle him, but considering the fact that it's Odyssey, they're all about surprises and new characters and new faces and stuff like that, I don't really see that happening. So I can imagine though that the boss for this kingdom would be very similar to Boss Broder though. I would say the Broodals return. Obviously, like I said, with the whole story, Bowser's trying to get Peach to want to marry him this time rather than just going straight into it. So obviously, because that aspect is still there, I'm gonna need the Broodals to obviously assemble another wedding for Bowser and Peach, right? So, and obviously mini bosses, easy. For Maple Kingdom, I would say King Wiggler. I don't think King Wiggler is a thing, but we can make it a thing. Why not? I feel like a King Wiggler would be interesting, and a cool king of that kingdom as well. That'll be quite interesting. Imagine we actually have to fight the mayor. For Art Kingdom, it might be a Motley Boss Blob-esque boss. Try and say that lots of times fast. Motley Boss Blob again was another unique boss in 3D World. A very easy one at that. I can imagine this one would be a little bit more difficult and more creative. Obviously with using the capping mechanic, I'm assuming, and also making him more arty based. You see what I mean? And not just blob based. Maybe it can be paint blobs this time. It might not, like I said, similar to Boss Broder, it might not necessarily even be this boss specifically. I don't think they never recycle characters essentially. I'm just saying it would be a boss that would be very similar to that. I think for Pixel Kingdom, a big Bowser chasing us would be very interesting. Very similar to the final boss in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It was already a 2D game, so imagine a massive 2D Bowser boss fight. Like Bowser enters the kingdom in that pixelated pipe. He gets, what, a Mega Mushroom inside that kingdom. And then we're doing that whole sequence. It might not, again, it doesn't need to be exactly the same as New Super Mario Bros. Wii. But it would be cool to have like a nice chase sequence. Maybe at the end of it you hit a button where you send him out of the kingdom flying and stuff like that. I think that would be an extremely cool idea. Farm Kingdom, this one gives me Kirby vibes for some reason. I can imagine like a buff evil cow as the boss. Either like a buff evil cow or like a bull or something like that. Basically, like, it's that one bully cow amongst lots of cows. I'm just shooting ideas here. For Piranha Plant Kingdom, I know the obvious answer to this would be, oh yeah, Petey Piranha, but really, we've done that already. I would say a new big Piranha Plant, maybe it spits out elemental attacks. So maybe not just poison or not just water or fire, maybe it's a large range of elements, like all three of them. Sweet Kingdom boss, hot take, I feel like out of all of the bosses to return from Super Mario Odyssey, I think that if one is likely to return, I think Cookatill would be the one to return. I feel like Cookatill was a fan favourite in the last game, not just for me but for quite a lot of other people. And also that's very contextual to Sweet Kingdom, because obviously you're making food, right? Obviously in the last game he was making, what was he making, soup? But this time maybe Cookatill can be making dessert. Melody Kingdom, this will have Super Mario 64 fans happy. Evil Piano, might not necessarily be that specific Evil Piano, but obviously bigger, badder, more difficult, I'm assuming. We'll see what Nintendo does with it. Volcanic Kingdom, I would say Dragodon from Captain Toad would be really cool. I feel like that would be a pretty cool twist. Like lots of Mario fans would be like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. And finally, The final boss, I would probably say, is a sky chase with Bowser, hence why I said that there's going to be some kind of sky kingdom, which might be quite similar to maybe Cloud Top Cruise or Sky Garden or something like that. And then maybe the final boss, it might be similar to Super Mario Galaxy 2. Maybe we're going in the same direction as Bowser. Maybe Bowser hops on a plane with Peach to their destination, and then maybe Bowser just keeps turning around and throwing stuff at us. I don't know. That would be really interesting. As long as it's high stakes and it's just as good, if not better, than the last final boss, which already set the bar pretty high, I think we can all agree. I'd be happy, to be honest. Also, by the way, for Casino Kingdom, I'm not sure if they would make Waluigi a boss or not, but just having Waluigi as the president or the leader or the higher up at this Casino Kingdom would be so cool. I think we can all agree with that, right? It's got to be Waluigi of all characters. Yeah, they can make up another character, but I'm sorry, if they get like King Kathunk to do it over Waluigi, that's just a big missed opportunity. Obviously, Waluigi Pinball. Come on, man. Come on. Waluigi for president of Casino Kingdom. Just briefly talking about moves. Obviously, little disclaimer, I don't develop games like that. So don't expect me to be like, oh yeah, you press this button, and then if you do this combination, it will do this. Like, I'm just going to say what the move is, and then Nintendo's job is to program it. You see what I mean? But I feel like a BLJ supporting Cappy would be very interesting. Obviously minus the exploit. I know lots of people might not be happy for me to hear that, but come on, it's a brand new, fresh game. Maybe for 2023? Anyway, it's a brand new game. You don't really want any exploits or glitches, right? However, if we can do the backwards long jump with Cappy supported, that could lead to us finding a lot more secrets, and well, for speedrunning, it's just going to be a lot of fun. And another jump that I thought of, I'm not sure how this would work, but maybe a tornado jump, again with Cappy. So it might be similar to the spin jump in Galaxy, but we actually get much more air out of it. Similar to when we jump on flowers in the original Odyssey game. Not sure how that would work. I don't know if that would make the kingdoms more difficult and the challenges more difficult. But hey, maybe it might be like Crash Bandicoot where you unlock new moves as you progress through the game. That's another thing that they could include potentially. You know what, it's funny, I'm actually playing through Super Mario Odyssey on members only right now. If you have this channel membership, no matter what tier of membership you pick, you can actually watch me play through Super Mario Odyssey. Literally just recently I dropped the Metro Kingdom episode, which obviously is everyone's favourite kingdom from the first Mario Odyssey game. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure that you become a channel member. Literally the lowest tier of channel membership, which is bronze membership, is only £1.99 a month. So you can't go wrong. For that amount of money, you can literally watch me do playthroughs that nobody else sees. Plus you get other bits and pieces with your channel membership. Especially if you enjoyed this video, you would definitely enjoy this Mario Odyssey playthrough. But there you have it, guys. That is Super Mario Odyssey 2, if I made it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know I came up with a lot of crazy and out there ideas. Let me know in the comments down below any other ideas that you guys are able to come up with. I'll be very interested to know. I'm only a one-man show. There's only so much that I can think of. But with all of our minds together, I think we could make this, or just take this even further. So I'll be very interested to know what you guys have to say about this. What can you guys come up with? And what did you think about the stuff that I said in this video? Can I work for Nintendo? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.